Okay, so we got to get through this quickly. So today we're talking about the Cold War intensifying. So these are the vocabulary words you should have down. The only one we're not going to discuss in the lecture is nationalize. And the reason it's included there is just so that you understand the difference between the Soviet Union and the United States. Soviet Union nationalized all their resources. So everything was under the control of the government. That means kind of every business, every industry was controlled by the government, whereas the United States is the opposite, where we allow private enterprise and private business. Okay, take your 2 minutes, write down as much as you can, and continue writing when I begin explaining. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and continue for whatever reason that happened. So the key thing here is that what intensifies the Cold War is the further development of nuclear weapons. So the United States tries to one-up the Soviet Union in building newer and bigger and better nuclear weapons. So this leads to that concept of mutually assured destruction, in which we have to one-up the Soviet Union so that they know that we're willing to destroy literally all life on planet Earth in order to stop them from further expansion. And they're going to do the same so that we don't infiltrate their way of life. And in order to keep an eye on this, we developed the CIA in order to check in on where the USSR is and where also to infiltrate other communist organizations. And this is what gives President Eisenhower the idea that he can first adopt the policy of brinkmanship, in which the United States is always willing to go to that level of mutually assured destruction in order to keep the Soviet Union in check. And then also issue his doctrine, which is, if there's a country that needs help, we're not only going to just send you money or sell you some weapons, we'll actually send our military in to assist you. All right, last slide. know. Do your locker break.
Good morning.
Okay, so you already heard the background stuff, so this is happening last minute. So, real quickly, the Soviet Union experienced problems first with Stalin dies, but that actually ended up being a good thing in that it eased tensions a little bit. But Soviet Premier Khrushchev, who takes over, he's still not going to end the Cold War. And so we are still going to be in this butting heads. And then in the Soviet Union, they had a couple of rebellions in Poland and Hungary. And to put those rebellions down, the Soviet Union executed everyone who was involved in that who didn't want to be under Soviet control. So they just murdered thousands of people in order to stop those rebellions. The most obvious example of the Cold War intensity and continuing on is what we call the space race. So same with the arms race. We're trying to beat each other with nuclear weapons. The United States and the Soviet Union are trying to beat each other in setting records in space. So the Soviets are the first to get into space with Sputnik, the satellite that is pictured. And then one after another, they beat each other on different things that are listed there. And that is self-explanatory, and we'll leave it at that for today.